Grayson with W.O.M PR, and I'm here to give you the daily news breakdown. And today I'm actually going to be covering 3 different headlines and telling you whether or not I think it's a stunt, a scandal, or a situation. So let's get started. First up, we have Simone Biles winning Sportswoman of the Year at this year's BET Awards. Simone Biles is a very decorated American gymnast. In fact, she is the most decorated female gymnast in the United States, and globally, she is the 3rd most decorated gymnast. So, very, very top, competitor in the gymnastics world. She's 23 years old, and some of the people she was up against for this award are also very, very decorated athletes like AJ Wilson, Serena Williams, Clarissa Shields, Coco Gauff, who is only 16 years old, and Naomi Osaka. So, she won this award, and she's very deserving of it, obviously. Simone Biles works very hard. She has a trophy case full of trophies. She's earned it. And in my opinion, I think that this was a stunt. You're gonna have a tough time finding people who aren't fans of Simone Biles, but especially during everything that is going on with the social movement, the election, a lot of things, and the virus. A lot of things are circulating in the news right now that aren't necessarily positive news all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things that in the news that are very positive, but I think seeing that Simone Biles won this award is very positive, very uplifting, and it gets her name some coverage, very well-deserved coverage. So I think that this was a stunt. Now moving on, talking about the NBA and plans that they are sort of formulating to promote Black Lives Matter. Just some background information though, the NBA season will continue on July 30th. Now keep in mind it was postponed on March 11th due to COVID, and so things were a little bit up in the air, but they landed on July 30th to continue their season, and they're actually going to be continuing it at Walt Disney World, which at first I was like, why Walt Disney World? But if you remember, Disney owns ESPN, which is arguably the source for all things sports, so it makes sense. Now, 22 teams are going to be traveling there to continue their season. The players will stay at resorts, and there are actually 3 different arenas that they're going to be playing in, so that they can each, have their schedule not compromised due to a time constraint. So that being said, the NBA plans to paint on the court side of all three arenas Black Lives Matter, so that as these games are being filmed and as these players are getting coverage, you're actually seeing Black Lives Matter, constantly, and being reminded of that social movement and how important it is. So I think that was a very good thing. Now, as far as stunt, scandal, or situation, I think that this was a stunt in a very good way. I think that this is a reminder, a very purposeful reminder of the social movement that's going on and how important it is to not just people of color, but to people everywhere. And I think that it is a very positive thing. And I think a lot of good things will come out of it. Lastly, we have DeAndre Jordan and how he tested positive for the coronavirus. Like I said, 22 teams are going to be flying to Orlando to continue their season. The Brooklyn Nets, who DeAndre Jordan plays for, is one of those 22 teams. Now, Jordan has said that he is not willing to go to Orlando to continue the season. Rightfully so. He actually has asthma, so he's even more at risk for, negative side effects of the virus. Now, he is actually the 5th player to say that he's not going to Orlando to play the remainder of the season. Not all of them are COVID related. In fact, I think he is the only COVID related situation here. But the Nets have said that they are going to sign sort of a replacement player in the meantime so that, he's not leaving a gap in the roster. As far as stunt, scandal, or situation, I landed on stunt because I think that seeing that he is a free agent, I think that he needed some publicity, and obviously him getting the coronavirus, he is a public figure. People pay attention to that. Obviously, with the NBA reopening and continuing their season on July 30th, people are going to pay attention to that, and I think it was he was getting some media coverage. Now, We would love to hear from you, so like, subscribe, click the notifications. We would love to hear what you guys think, and we'll see you tomorrow.